Hello, hello, hello. This reading is for Geminis. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm actually really tired and woke up with a headache. This is the first I'm really feeling better. Still pretty tired, but it's all good. Anyway, I'm like really oversharing right now. Back to it. So I pre-pulled some cards here. Still using the Light Sears Tarot to start off, and then I'm not sure what decks I'll be using, if I'll be using any other decks. All right, so I got a song for you guys. I don't know if this is a popular song. This is actually a song that just randomly pops up in my head. And as I was about to read, say, a song randomly pops in my head, I looked up at my screen on my TV and my screensaver's on, and there's a picture of somebody I used to deal with. For some reason, my phone or my TV set to like show past daily, what is it, from daily memories? I don't even know. I think it was, I didn't even mean to set it up that way. It just got set up that way. But in any case, yeah. And now the TV just turned off. It was a picture of, I can't even say it was an ex because we were never official. It was actually a picture of him before he was going to a friend's funeral. He asked me to take a picture of him. It just kind of like leaves a bad feeling in my stomach seeing that picture and then knowing about what this song was about that I got for you guys. So the song is called Something More, featuring Dreamy Alpha, and the artist, his name is literally like letters and numbers. So it's LB199X. I don't know if he pronounces it that way, but that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. But basically the song is kind of about like trying to figure out where you stand in a relationship. Because it's appropriate that that picture popped up. It's telling me this is the song that was for you guys for this reading for sure. And it's really like a feeling of like being in purgatory because like sometimes you just don't even want to try, and then sometimes you try to like keep it simple and not be emotional, but you can't really hold those at bay for you can try, but eventually it's going to come to the surface, and the longer you hold those kind of things at bay, like when it does come to the surface, it's like it's bad. It's like a floodgate. So that's what I'm feeling like this reading is going to be about. If you want to look up the song and listen to it, it's a good one. So the first card that came up is the Page of Cups, and this card actually came out sideways, and when a card comes out sideways in a reading, I feel like that's something that you're struggling with, or that there's some type of a challenge involved with that energy. And then to further explain the Two of Cups is the, did I say Two Cups? Sorry, Page of Cups. And to further explain that is the Two of Wands. So I feel like the struggle is either like, I mean, especially like going by the song, it's like either like you don't know if the relationship's all in your head or if it's like going, if it's turning into an actual relationship. Yeah, that's the struggle, right? And it almost feels like a ridiculous thing to even consider, for it to even be a real relationship. Like, when pigs fly, this like cute little piglet thing there. It's like a la imagination, like foolish type of energy, but it's still like the reality doesn't match the feelings, And then to further explain that is, are you gonna stay where you're at in these feelings or in this situationship? Because that's what it is. Or are you going to move beyond your comfort zone and do something else? Which doesn't have to be like another relationship. It could just be doing something else. Like putting your energy into something else. Putting your focus into something else. And it... yeah. That feels like it's like a choice that was made, but I feel like because looking at the progression of the cards, I feel like it's not necessarily a choice that you haven't made. Either it was made by default, or you made that choice, but that energy still kind of lingers around you, type of vibe. So it's like you still haven't gotten it completely out of your system. I feel like, again, this is like past energy. But the next set of cards here, we got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and then to further explain the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, we got the Sun card, we got the Ace of Wands, and we got the World card. So there was definitely an imbalance. Clearly there's an imbalance, because if you're in a relationship, you wouldn't be thinking of it as a situationship, and you wouldn't be questioning where you stand with that person either, because you would know where you'd stand, because there would be a clear understanding, whether it be that you actually had a conversation, or like there's like, obviously you guys are together, so there's definitely an imbalance, and it's saying, like, that there's an imbalance, there's no denying it, and it on like on a deep spiritual level, that this just isn't the way it's supposed to be. Sorry. But okay, so sometimes things in life happen that suck, and it kind of brings you to a crossroads where you decide to choose a different way, take a different path, where before you got to that crossroads, you were just walking on a path. Sometimes you need to change course, even if you know it deep down inside. If you don't put in the work in the 3D, your guides from the other side will put you on the path that you need to be on. And when that happens, it's usually not pleasant, and it usually kind of sucks. And in this case, I feel like it kind of left you feeling depleted, and like definitely feeling like you're giving more than you're receiving, and then just kind of feeling like and foolish and silly, and like you were ever thinking that could be a thing was like living in La La Land. Once you come to that realization where you can put aside any feelings that you may have in regards to the situation or the other person, they don't run the show anymore. Because you have the other emotions of like, you got to draw the line somewhere. How long are you going to put up with being the one that's putting in more than you're getting back? Like, how long are you going to put up with that imbalance before you've had enough? And when you do, when you finally listen to to what you know is the truth on the inside, the messages that you're getting on the inside, you don't have to have things happen so hard so like impactful in your 3D world for you to get it to where you need to be. And this Ace of Wands here is a new beginning where you're getting in touch with your intuition and paying attention to that inner voice, paying attention to those feelings that you used to suppress, that you were suppressing in order to be in this energy of giving more than receiving. And it's also like a very isolating feeling, of feeling like you don't really have anyone to turn to for help, because you kind of feel embarrassed about it, or like you like did it to yourself, like you did it to yourself, like you have no one to blame but yourself. Like this is like self-defeating energy. And then the 10 of, it's like a new beginning and an ending simultaneously, and it's a major ending to a cycle, because it is a major arcana card and it is a 10. It's not the end of the major arcanas in its entirety, but it's tens. Tens are ones and zeros. It's the beginning and ending. It's a portal. And this is why was I calling it the world card? Oh my gosh, no wonder I'm getting it mixed up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My head is still not right. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. I swear to God, I just noticed that. Wow. Talk about jumping timelines. The Wheel of Fortune. The wheel. It's called the wheel in this one. Yeah, I mean, you created your own fortune, really. Okay, I'm getting a different message now that I'm looking at this as the wheel. When you find yourself in a space when you're giving more than you're receiving, and you're giving just to give because it's coming from the heart, you actually create an abundance that returns back to you. There's like this rule of 3. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what that is, but I don't know about the rule of 3, but it's kind of the same energy. When you set loose something and it's impactful, when it returns to you, it's even stronger because it's picking up all that energy and vibration that it impacted along the way, that added to it, and it comes back to you, and it's threefold or more. And this abundance that you're creating for yourself isn't necessarily about tangible wealth, but it is wealth. It is it can be exchanged. It can be, whether it be in the sense of energy or knowledge. You know, again, trusting your intuition and listening to the universe. When you listen to the fire inside of you, it is the same as the sun that's outside of you. You realize that you can connect to the universe within you is connecting to the universe outside of you, and it's that same energy of giving and having it come back. Connecting to the universe that's inside of you is connecting to everything, everywhere, because it's all contained within you. And I feel like this situationship probably puts you on the path of a spiritual journey, which you're still in the thralls of. And I feel like a lot of people are going through that now. It's the time of the Great Awakening, where a lot of people are they're seeing what they've always seen, but they're allowing themselves to actually digest it and like think about what it really means. Like what, as far as like, you know, all the things that are happening around the world and everything going on, and just how people treat each other generally. Those that understand get it. Like those that are waking up get it. And there's so many people waking up because there's so many atrocities happening. It's hard to ignore it anymore. It's hard to pretend like it's not happening. It's happening on so many levels, on so many things. And it doesn't matter if you try to ignore it, what's happening worldwide, because it'll end up affecting you in some way, shape, or form in your life. And it'll come to the surface again with the energy of like not knowing what this relationship is, and like trying to pretend like you don't have feelings about it because you're not supposed to have feelings about it, but you do. It's the same thing. Like you see what's happening in the world and you're like, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to care about that. I don't want that to interfere with my life. But you do care about it. You do think about it because you noticed it, and you can't pretend like it's suddenly not a thing. But this is something that's honestly intriguing you. This spiritual journey anyway. All right, these next set of cards here, we got the Page of Wands in the reverse. And to further explain that, the Moon card and the Eight of Cups. Okay. Well, I think it's saying that the choice that you made was to walk away for sure. And the reason why you walked away is because there were too many things being kept hidden, being kept secret, which there wasn't really a secret to you because you were picking up on it anyway. You didn't need to know the details to know what you knew. You understood the energy that was coming back to you. So, and the Moon card obviously talks about trusting, getting more in touch with your intuition, and you're connecting with your higher self in the universe, and that is literally lighting up your intuition. And you know, even though this journey kind of sucked, it really made you go within and make those connections. And this is just like you just really lost the passion for whatever it was that was keeping you there, and it doesn't serve you, so you left it. You left it behind. This all feels like old energy. This doesn't feel like new energy. I'm going to use the totally unofficial Adventure Time Tarot deck for a little more clarification. Oh, this card wants to pop out right away. The Two of Swords in the reverse. Oh my gosh. They're all run. This card's funny. Two Swords. And there's the Moon. Okay. Hold on. I'll just put this here. There's a space. All right, it's Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Sun card came out in the reverse. Huh. I heard you made the choice and you chose you, and she's like got her crown in her hand. Oh, that's when she took the king's crown. I remember that. Her dad's crown, because she killed him. I think she killed him. I don't know. It's been a minute since I watched Adventure Time. Great cartoon. Okay, yeah, so you chose you in this scenario, and you were honest about it. You didn't choose yourself in this situation because you were trying to be vindictful or spiteful, or trying to feel powerful, or manipulate the situation. But I feel like that's what the other person felt like you were just being a bitch when you cut them off. And you were doing it because you're bitter, because you didn't get what you wanted from them, ultimately. Which is kind of funny, because that's literally how they treated you. Like, you know, you weren't good enough to be official, but you were good enough to string along for God knows how long. Okay, one more card. One more card for further explanation. Really, you want to throw out 4 cards? Gave me 4 fucking cards. Again, we got the 8 of Cups. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Got the 7 of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse. So we do have a divine couple here, but man, are they low vibrational. And they are, it's not a good match. I mean, it's a good match, but like, it's not good for anyone around them. Like, really toxic. And the 7 of Cups and Smoke and Mirrors. So, yeah, these 4 cards all came out at the same time. So, with these 4 cards all coming out at the same time, you walked, when I'm doing clarification and I get like the same card coming out, I do read reversals, obviously, so I feel like it's saying I said what I said. Like, there was no scenario where one or both of you didn't walk away from the situation. And that's just that. This one, there's a guy walking away. This one, there's a girl walking away. This was very unhealthy for y'all to be together, and too much alike when you would link up, and it would just bring out the worst in both of you. At least that's how it turned out when you got to the point when you walked away. And the future that you had together, like the choices that you would have together, they were all bad. And they seemed better than what they actually were. It's so weird because I'm not even going to say what that looks like, but it's like a girl covered up. I'm not even going to say what that looks like. Yeah. This was, even though it sounds like, and it felt like a situation that was not pleasant. Again, what it did was put you on the right path to, like, she's walking towards the light. Keep moving away from the secrets and the lies and the deception, leaving that in her dust. And that was why you chose you, because I heard ain't no sunshine when she's gone. You wanted to be happy, so you chose you. And you weren't happy with that sun card in reverse in this situation. Okay. So I don't know why this is coming up, but it's talking about maybe this is something that you've just recently gone through, or it still weighs heavy on your mind. But I really feel like the ultimate ending is that you're moving towards the right direction. It's unclear though what's going to happen or what's going to be presented to you now, other than what was talked about here, which is that spiritual growth in which you are really connecting with your higher self, with your guides, with God, with, maybe you've found religion, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you've really gotten into meditating, like whatever practice it is that you're using, or that you've connected with to make those connections spiritually. That's all that matters. It doesn't really matter the box or packaging that you put it in. It only matters that you're making those connections. And I feel like you definitely are, because this really pushed you to really be, again, looking for all your answers inside, not looking to anyone or anything outside of you, which is great. It's fantastic. And I think it's saying keep going, keep putting in the work. Don't focus your energy and time and efforts into anything that is not serving you, no matter how great it is, or how responsible you feel for something, because everyone is on their own journey, and everyone's journey is their own. So, like, you can't feel that responsible for another human being, because, I mean, even if it's your kid, like, once they get to a certain age, I mean, it's their life, seriously. And that goes for you too. This is your life. What are you going to do with it? All right, so I feel like that dragged on a little bit too long. I'm sorry. I'm like having word vomit. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why I'm doing this to myself. I rewatch these videos and I like cringe at my commentary. So yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat something. It's the first time I'm eating something, and it's like, what time is it? 9 o'clock. Yes, I'm gonna eat something, and then I don't know, maybe I might do some more readings. I might draw. I don't know. But I really hope that you got something out of it, for you Geminis. And thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.